Hello, everyone. My name is Akash Borse, and I represent this organization called as Faber Infinite. And today we have a wonderful guest with us. First of all, let us welcome Mr. Gaurav Oswal. So, Mr. Oswal, it is our pleasure for to have you here. Our audience, which is spread across all different parts of the globe, would be very, very keen to listen to you. Welcome, Mr. Oswal.
Yes, thank you, Akashji. Thank you for
Right.
inviting me and giving me a chance to be a part of your series. And I would be glad to assist you in always.
Pleasure, pleasure. So when
Yeah,
we talk about this particular feature, it is part of our newsletter called as iFaber. And before we go ahead, it is my honor and privilege to introduce Mr. Oswal. So Mr. Oswal represents an organization called as Kelligent. Uh, he is the director at Kelligent, which is a Pune-based product company which exports a wide range of architectural hardware worldwide. To talk about Mr. Oswal, he is an engineer with a master's degree in science from USA, and he's extremely passionate about technical design, innovation, new product development. The way I know him, he has put in his heart and soul into the product development, and the technical expertise that he has is phenomenal. So he specializes in new product development as well as when it comes to technical hardware. So his organization, Kelligent, specializes in delivering customized hardware solution for aluminum and UPVC system. So which is right from design to testing to manufacturing. So that's in quick nutshell about Mr. Oswal. I'm sure he will share more about him and his organization. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Oswal. I'm sure the audience
yeah,
would love listening to you. So with that, going further, let me talk about what I comes to my mind immediately is if you can share something about yourself and your personal and professional journey so far, so that
yeah,
the audience can relate to it.
yeah. So, good afternoon, everyone. To tell you about myself is I'm Gaurav Oswal and I represent a company called Kelligent. Actually, Kelligent is a brand name which stands for the architectural hardware. But the company name is Shree Mahavir Metal Industries. We are based in Pune, India, and we are into manufacturing of hardware accessories for aluminum and facade windows and doors systems. So by what we mean by hardware is we make hinges, we make the roller bearings, we make different joineries, solutions, locking systems for aluminum and UPVC windows and doors, the ones which we see in our houses, the ones which we see in all the commercial offices, also the glass facades. These are all typically aluminum systems, what we call them. And I so about the company. The company was founded in 1983 by my father and my uncle. Uh, so the way they started was in a different domain. Like it was not always hardware right from the start. We were into different manufacturing lines. Like previously when we started, we were into manufacturing of stainless steel utensils. Then we moved into different 2 3 businesses. We also had manufactured computer cabinets, CPU cabinets. We used to import the power supply SMPS from Taiwan and assemble it over here by fabricating the outer CPU cabinets. We also used to make the MCB bus bars, which are there in houses and which are there in all the offices where you see all the MCBs being mounted and all that. That was all before we went into the hardware line, the architectural hardware. So this was all before year 2000, and after year 2000, we got a break. We got a new direction into hardware. Like we always had the background of sheet metal industry right from the start when we started. So always my father and my uncle were on open to new opportunities in that domain, and all these previous businesses didn't work that smoothly. So they were always on the look out for new businesses which will be more sustainable, more scalable. So year 2000, they got a new product through one of our known people. They said they went into hardware trading. So they said, you have all the setup of sheet metal and press shop. Why don't you make this hardware like the drawer ball bearing sliders that they were trading into. So when my father saw this job, my father was a technocrat, and my uncle used to manage all the admin and the accounts work. So when he saw this job, he said, "Yes, it's the sheet metal job, and we already have the processes, the setup we have. We can do this job." So we started with that, and then related products started coming in. So this way we moved into architectural hardware, and we evolved our range. So since year 2001 to almost 2009, this was a different phase where most of the focus was. So this one product that we developed first, we started supplying it for the India market all over India. My father used to travel all over India, right from south to north, east, west, and he established the market, established traders, distributors. So we had only a couple of products for the India market for distribution. Then he got a lead into the export market where similar products were being asked if we could develop as per the requirement or as per the customer sample. So yes, he said yes, we can do it. If this existing product is not suitable, we can customize the product and suit it for your requirements. And accordingly, he got break into the export market. Uh, Middle East was there, Dubai was a market, also Canada, Caribbean markets, South Africa. But Middle East was the biggest market for us because at that time in Dubai, all construction activity was going on in full swing. Every tower or every building coming up was a new designed window and door system by itself. So when we say a new window and door system, it means new joineries which are there in the window, in the doors. Also, all those requirements started coming in for customization. Okay, we need to develop. We have this, but we don't want this. We want to change the size, or we want to change the shape, or we want to change the specification of this product. So accordingly, we got busy. My father and my uncle they got busy with this customized developments, and that is how the export market started expanding for us. At that time, the complete focus was for us more was on the export market. Domestic only a couple of products, as I mentioned, we were manufacturing and distributing. I was till that time I was still not there in the business. I was in 2006. I was in the US for my master's degree. Actually, I'm a computer science graduate. I'm not a mechanical engineering graduate. All
Right.
my education background, right from the bachelor's, right from diploma to bachelor's to masters, all everything has been in computer science. And even the plan was to do something in the IT industry itself in the future. But somehow the directions changed and my priorities and preferences changed. Uh, so in 2006, I was in the US. I did my masters. After completion, I was working with eBay in San Jose, Silicon Valley, in the product development team. So I was with their search engine team, where our team used to handle the search queries which used to come online. So we used to build the
Right.
platform, the middle layer, to handle these search queries and then pass it on to the backend layer. So I worked there for 1.5 years, and my intention was always to come back to India. I didn't have much of attraction staying in the US because even my father had his master's degree in 1983 from US
Mm-hmm.
at that time,
Wow.
and
Wow.
we all were very clear that uh, we all attached to the family here and always wanted to come back and expand the business here, do something here. It was never the idea to do a job or to work long time in a job, but the idea was to stay there, get exposed, get experience about how things work, how the companies work. Like I was in eBay also to get the global exposure. That was the idea, and then always it was to come back. So I was actively looking as
Right.
to what to do when I come back to India and all. The
Hmm.
direction was not much clear.
Okay.
So I just came for a short vacation during my job time, uh, and I visited my father with to all our existing customers in Dubai and all. Until that time, even I was not sure of what actually products we are making.
Okay. Okay.
I knew we are making hardware, but what is the application? Who are the customers? How do they use them? What the
Uh-huh.
requirements are? Those things were not clear to us. So
Right.
I visited him. I visited with him, and I understood. I got a brief idea of what the customers are, what the products do we supply them, and what it takes us at our side to design and manufacture it for them. And it gave me pretty much clear idea. And then I said I didn't want to stay in the US much because I thought if I stay here more or if I keep doing the same job, the life will become very monotonous. And after some point, the chances of taking risk or getting that losing that flexibility, uh, starting
Hmm.
something new or starting something from zero again, I think that time I felt my chances would get reduced. And I would get stuck in this desk job from 9 to 5, which I didn't want to do. Definitely, IT was a
Right.
promising career. I had a very good 100K package right from the first day of my joining.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow.
So yeah, so that was not an issue for the salary. Even the managers there, when I told them I'm returning back to India and changing my domain, going to the manufacturing industry, they tried to brainwash. It is a blue collar
Mm-hmm.
job. You are sitting in a white collar job here. You have so much future here. What will you do in the US? You'll get a green card in the 3 4 years. H1B आ जाएगा, green card आ जाएगा. All those
Right.
things will happen. I said, no, sir, this is a time. If I don't take this decision just now, I will lose the time and I'll never be able to take it again. Because
Right.
the more you stay there, the more you get adopted to the surroundings over there. India is a
Of course.
completely different thing. India is very different.
Right.
India, you can have the same life in India also, but you have to earn that much for that. US,
Mm.
it's easy to get that.
Mm.
So
Right.
I came back in India having this mindset that no, I'll get back and I'll do something here because it was engineering domain what we were also working in. So it was not much of a cultural shift or the qualification shift for me. But yes, from IT to mechanical, it's a different thing, different people, different way of working. And again, being into our industry ourselves, we were not a big company. We were a 30, 40 people company at that time. 4 to 5
Uh-huh.
people in staff and rest all the production workers. That was what we were. And so typically me, myself, and my uncle were the only 3 people in the management and one or two accountants. That's it. And
Right.
we had a freelancing engineering designer for us who used to work as a freelancer for us. He used to make the
Mm.
drawings for us. He used to make the product designs for us. Job हो गया,
Mm.
drawing हो गया, बात खत्म हो गई. ऐसा था. So
Right.
we didn't have no team existed with us at that time.
Right.
So I came in
Right.
2009, and that is when the meltdown started. The recession started. And
Mm. Mm.
no, I came in Feb 2009. At that time, we were still not aware that this is about to start, or it had already started. But no one
Mm.
could foresee that it would turn out like this, the way it turned out by the mid of 2009. So I came in 2009, and as I mentioned, we were completely focused in Dubai operations, the Middle East market. All the products started getting stalled.
Mm-hmm.
We lost a lot of. We had supplied material. We lost a lot of payments also. We got stuck in many places. The customers whom we were working with, they wind up their offices, and overnight they were all out. So the things changed in 2009, and we
Uh-huh.
had to sit together and decide now what. We had this market, but it's all collapsed now. We had to get a strategy back in place. So we started. I started collaborating all the work we had done until then,
Mm-hmm.
organizing them into product portfolios, applications, and all. For me to get a learning curve also out of that, and also to understand what the products are there that we have made, where are they used, how are they used, and accordingly create a clear strategy of targeting and marketing the customers based on this product portfolio. Get it all together because previously it was all distributed. We were doing all
Uh-huh.
customized work, but there was no central platform where we can showcase our work also to the customers,
Right.
application wise, product wise, portfolio wise. So I did all that, and then the journey started. And this is how I started learning, and I started understanding the products and pitching myself to the customers, new customers. Uh,
Mm.
and so that time we hired for the we started with engineering hiring. We hired a couple of mechanical engineers first to start in-house the engineering team, to start making
Mm-hmm.
the drawings ourselves, to start making product designs ourselves, and then take it forward. That also, again, I was not from that background, so he knows drawings. Like interviewing an engineering also, mechanical engineer was a new thing for
Uh.
me. Like what to check, what to judge, how much to judge, whether it's really
Mm.
competent for us or not. So that was also
Right.
learning curve. And then slowly and steadily we stabilized the team. We understood what we really want, what kind of people we really want. And then today we are 10 people, 12, 10 to 12 people engineering team with core engineers with us.
Right.
And we are a 150 people company now. And with even we have seasoned foreigners also working with us in the engineering team now.
Oh,
That is how
wow.
we have evolved since the last 16 years, 15 years, which I have been now. Uh,
Wonderful.
just in short, what I've
Wonderful.
told you. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And
Wonderful.
we diversified the market, diversified the product range, started focusing on the domestic market also. We got the right people, the experienced people who were known in the market, who knew the market. more than that.
Right.
And that is how
Right.
we try to standardize our base and the company.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for that detailed
yeah,
background. I must say it is a
yeah,
phenomenal journey, right from, say, utensils to CPO boxes to the hardware now.
yeah,
And for you as well, as in from USA to India, from computer science to mechanical
yeah,
engineering domain. So I
yeah,
must say that you believed in the India story even before it started picking up. So that's a wonderful journey, I must say. Now that when we are talking about the technical hardware products that you are into, and I understand that it is a very, very diverse, dynamic market. So how do you envision Mahavir Metals and Kelligent's future in this dynamic landscape of hardware industry?
yeah. So basically, the market for us are each geography of for us is a different geography. Different product requirements are there. Like
Mm-hmm.
typically, India market since the last 4 or 5 years has started growing very aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
But before this, benchmark for the industry was the European industry, European market, and the Middle East market, because Middle East everything was being developed and constructed based on technical specification, consultants specification. So you had all that, and again high-rise buildings, uh, and the construction priorities and the requirements were different. So European companies were very much predominantly strong over there in the specifications, in the technical standards. Uh, and that is what the market for us, as I mentioned, 10, 15 years back, we were focused there. So we had an idea of the products that are used there. And that change
Mm-hmm.
started coming to India, as I mentioned, 5, 6 years back also. And so it was a known change for us that already already what we were doing outside India is going to come to India once things start getting standardized, getting more technically sound. The people, the first thing from the customers who use it, to the fabricators who make it, to the builders or the consultant to specify it. So these things are picking up, and we were already equipped and already aware of all these technical things. So our product
Right.
range is basically divided into two verticals. We have our standard products, catalog products. We have dealers, distributors, and fabricators who buy directly from us based on the catalog codes and all SKUs.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
but along with that, we also have to have a strong engineering, a strong capabilities to customize the products wherever the customer wants them. Uh, uh,
Mm-hmm.
so basically, we work very closely with the OEMs who design these aluminum systems and all, and we design right from the design phase. We are working with them to whenever they design any new system or any new window door profiles and all. So we are
Mm-hmm.
involved in that design phase. We also help them design the hardware. We give them solutions when they tell us the requirements. So we have
Okay.
both
Okay.
verticals, our
Interesting.
standard product range as well as the customized OEM, and we have to balance both because sticking with either one has their own pros and cons. So we try to balance both because OEMs is a more value addition work that we do. Uh, we get to do a lot of new engineering, new developments, and we also keep on upgrading ourselves with new solutions.
Uh-huh.
The same thing has to be done in the standard domain also because people are looking for upon to us as a product company. So every year we also have to churn out new products also which are standardized, which are better performing, which is solving some new need or new requirement of the market. So both things have to be balanced. R&D has to be there in both verticals, but uh, here we are a product company. On the other side, we are an OEM. So that is how we have a unique way of working. Because India
Right.
market is standardized, outside India market is more OEM driven. So that way we
Right.
work in both areas. That's how we do.
Right. So for both the areas, the solutions would be different. And the way I understand, I remember
Yes,
visiting your factory. I'm sure you
yes,
must be handling so many different SKUs
yes,
then.
yes, yes,
Right.
yes,
So
yes,
right. So that brings me to the next question that I have, and I typically get asked this question as well. But I'm sure with your background, you'd be able to relate and answer it better since you come from a computer science background and you're working in a mechanical engineering manufacturing domain. So how do you see the role of AI and say computer-aided automation coming into manufacturing, would it
Yeah.
make a drastic difference? It is going to stay? As in, how do you see this particular shift which may happen?
Yeah, so we are also trying to adopt automation in all the ways we can. AI also.
Uh-huh.
Yes, there is a lot of scope in manufacturing, right from the shop floor automation, how much process we can automate. Uh, uh, it helps us in giving consistent quality. It helps us in consistent output. All those things are there with automation. Yes, these things are there for the future and they will come, and we have to adopt it.
Right.
It Yes, because as we move forward, blue collar jobs will get expensive. The amount of output, the amount of production we can do is will also get limited with all these shortage of skilled laborers, all that. So automation has to be adopted, AI has to be adopted, and it has to go hand in hand with experience that we already have, with the people, experienced people that we have. So yes,
Right.
yeah, it is not a challenge; it is a boon. People who adopt it fast will sail with it quite comfortably and successfully. But people who adopt it late might realize they've already lost the time. Because
Uh-huh.
as the global markets increase, India market is also increasing. People are looking to India as the next alternative to China for the
Uh-huh. Of
manufacturing
course.
activities also. So the more better we adopt to these technologies, and it will help us scale better. It will help us give
Right.
quality to produce quality products, and design good products, produce them consistently, giving the expected volume, and help us scale geographies accordingly.
Right. Yeah. So any particular case where you have already initiated such say
Yeah,
automation or
so
AI?
we are already in the phase of setting up a new plant, scaling from an existing setup. So there
Mm-hmm.
already, it's not like complete automation we can do, but is wherever there is scope in the assembly lines, in the packaging lines, even in the manufacturing, adding robotics to some post operations that we do, some secondary processes that we do, and also we are open to automation even in the main production processes also, wherever there's
Mm-hmm.
feasibility and all that. So we are
Wow.
open to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, wonderful. Now that you have mentioned about the new facility or new factory which is coming up, so that tempts me to ask you my next question. So, how has been your experience with Faber Infinite Consulting since we worked together on the lean facility design project?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
any measurable, tangible points that you would want to share or what you have experienced so far?
Yeah, so my idea was of engaging with Faber Infinite was to get a technical experienced agency who could help us with setting up a global standards industry right from day one. So when I
Mm-hmm.
say global standards, I mean an ideal shop floor layout, an ideal machine to process layout, which is optimized, which reduces manpower utilization, which helps us optimize the production, reducing unwanted processes, reducing unwanted wastages,
Right.
help us design our inventory standards, inventory levels, also our warehousing design.
Uh-huh.
So the idea was to get it right from the first day, because although we have established processes in the industry, when we are
Mm-hmm.
scaling, it's not the same setup that we're looking at. We are looking for a more 3x to 4x setup that we have mapped. So
Mm-hmm.
multiple pieces of the same machinery, multiple processes getting added now, and we are also introducing many of the processes which we're not doing in-house till now. So that also we're
Mm-hmm.
incorporating in our existing process. So how do we look at the entire production line, right from the raw material to the finished goods, with the
Mm-hmm. Right.
manufacturing, with the storage, with the assembly lines and everything. So we wanted to get
Right.
a full-fledged, wholesome design ready in front of us, so that we
Mm-hmm.
are clear where we are getting into and how we have to operate in the new facility. So that
Right.
is the idea which attracted me to Favor, and their experience, the team that they have, our industry experienced team. They have industry experience across a lot of industries, and we thought
Right.
we could leverage that and help us get it right the best possible way we can.
Right. Wonderful.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Wonderful. Right. Okay. So I hope the experience was helpful.
Yeah, it was helpful. It was helpful, and
Right. Yeah.
looking, yeah. So definitely, it will help us in the new setup and help us scale. We
Uh-huh.
already identified the bottlenecks that we have. We have done the cycle timing study, and everything is done. So I think we should be
Uh,
able to do a good job there.
oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
we look forward to the new factory. I am very glad that the project met its purpose and it was helpful. So that brings me to the end of this quick short feature. Thank you so much
right.
for sharing
Yeah,
all those wonderful insights. So right from the India story to the AI and the automation piece, and I'm sure the audience would definitely take at least one leaf out of this particular quick short feature and interaction. And we look forward to meeting you. We look forward to working with
yeah,
you
sure.
in the future as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you.
Oswal. That was really wonderful.
Thank
And
you. Thank
thank
you,
you so
Akash.
much to our audience. We look forward to catching up soon in the next feature. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Bye.
Right. Good day. Thank you.